It's been years since a Queensland soccer team, or football as they prefer to call it now, has won a national grand final. The Roar are well along that road this season. While the club's immediate focus is on this weekend's preliminary final in Adelaide, it's also grooming a new generation of players. Tommy Oar recently left school but has already been identified as a future star. Stateline Qld reports.
It was a match-winning goal scored from a free kick that launched Tommy Oar onto the national football stage.
What a strike!
Today's training session is a long way from the classroom, where Tommy Oar was when Queensland Roar came knocking, halfway through his final school year. Oar became the youngest player to sign a long-term A-League contract, 3 years with the Roar. As the Roar look towards this year's finals, Tommy Oar is looking at cementing himself as a young soccer star, having been given the chance to live his dream.
I've always dreamed of becoming a professional footballer, and to finally sign my first professional contract was a dream come true. And yeah, I don't know, I suppose now I'm just living the dream and trying to take things as they come, and yeah, it's been great.
We need ball players, people that can get on the ball and run at people. And Tommy's one of those special players in my mind. And the first moment I saw him, I thought, this kid's got something special.
His talents were also noticed by Queensland Roar coach Frank Farina, who first saw the teenager play alongside his own son.
I'd heard a lot about Tom, and I watched a number of his games in the Qld last season. So and all the reports coming back from Mike Mulvey, who's the coach at the QAS, were positive, and I saw why.
The pint-sized speedster stood out.
Fast, direct, can score goals from whether it's set pieces or general play, and he likes to take people on. And those are attributes or gifts that you don't coach them into a player. They've either naturally got that talent, and Tommy's one that has it.
I can show you a list of 100 players who have got talent, probably as much as Tommy, some of them, but they're sitting at home watching the games on the TV while he's actually out there doing it.
It's easy to talk the talk, but I suppose you've actually got to walk the walk. Like, you've got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, oh, what assets of my game, what parts of my game do I need to work on?
He's taken on every challenge presented to him, but has so far resisted the urge to head overseas like his idol Harry Qld did at a similar age.
Back then, the A-League there wasn't the opportunities like now there is in Australia. I think the game's obviously grown a lot since when he was my age in Australia. So I think that the environment in the A-League's fantastic to try and promote youth.
I think it's most probably to their benefit if they stay in Australia in the A-League. It's a good competition because it's another world in Europe. People tend to look at it and think it's fantastic and it's easy, but it's very, very difficult to break in. And I've seen a lot of young kids go too early and then come back disillusioned and disappointed.
Nevertheless, it's a goal the young player has set himself.
One day I'd like to go overseas. I'm not sure when that would be. I've just got to take things as they come and work hard and wait and see where I'm at.
He's the kind of player that people will pay big money for in the world market in years to come, because he can break open defences, and I think he's proven that already.
For now, his coach and family are determined to nurture Tommy Oar through the professional football ranks.
You can't look too far ahead. I think you've got to concentrate, on the here and now, because if you're not performing, you're not doing well now, you can forget about what's down the track, because it just won't happen.